stars and she is stripes. She is freedom and she is sacrifice. She is strong and she is proud. And we, her people, need to sing it out loud. Star-spangled and free, she holds her head high. She is America. She's the land that I love so true. She is America. More than just the red, white, and blue. One flag, one land, one heart, one hand. She is America. She is churches and she is barns. She is factories and she is farms. She is country and she's my story. She's Old Faithful and she's Old Glory. Star-spangled and free, she holds her head high. She is America. She's the land that I love so true. She is America. More than just the red, white, and blue. She is America. True, she is America. More than just the red, white, and blue. Under God and this one nation, she is more than declaration. She's the brave who keep us free. She's the future and our history.
Way back in the Cold War when the going got tough, we played a little game and called it blind man's bluff. The US and the Russians kept the action unseen. We played this game of chicken with our submarines. We sneak up on each other, steal the secret stuff, muddied up the waters, called it blind man's bluff. We're young and patriotic and devil may care. The good guys and the bad guys made a deadly pair. We shadowed each other with antennas for ears. We were just a high-tech buccaneers. We could get the booty from the Soviet bear and bring it all together with a wing and a prayer. Blind man's bluff is not a childish game. Blind man's bluff can bring you fame or shame. A little bluff here or a little bluff there. Blind man's bluff could be a sailor's prayer. Back in '97 when the Cold War was through, pretty Sherry Sontag and Christopher Drew set out to tell the story of the fast boat nukes, intelligence collection and high-tech spooks. They wrote about the spec ops and the secret stuff, put it in a book and called it Blind Man's Bluff. Blind Man's Bluff is not a childish game. Blind Man's Bluff can bring you fame or shame. A little bluff here or a little bluff there. Blind Man's Bluff could be a sailor's prayer. Way back in the Cold War when the going got tough, we played a little game and called it Blind Man's Bluff. The US and the Russians kept the action unseen. We played this game of chicken with our submarines. We sneak up on each other, steal the secret stuff, muddied up the waters, called it Blind Man's Bluff. Blind Man's Bluff. Blind Man's Bluff.
Memory that rings clear as a bell. I was bouncing like a bull rider on his knee. I sure miss those old stories that he'd tell, from a hobo on a freight train to a sailor out at sea. My granny says that I've got his smile. He's the reason I take pride in my last name. No, he never made the headlines, nobody sings his song. So for every unsung hero, I'm singing this today. So raise your bottle to the boys and let's remember all the fallen and the price they had to pay. Hold them up high and salute all the ones that made it back, and for the ones away from home, don't forget to pray. Grandpa could sing you every Hank Williams song, but it's amazing grace that brought him back around. He'd shed a tear talking about the day that German gunner shot his best friend down. My daddy fought a war, some say in vain. Well, he came home in a wheelchair, now he walks with a cane. It seems like every generation has to pay the cost. I think about my family and the good friends that we've lost. So raise your bottle to the boys and let's remember all the fallen and the price they had to pay. Hold them up high and salute all the ones that made it back, and for the ones away from home, don't forget to pray. From Normandy to Korea to Quezon, Vietnam, heartaches and headstones stretch from coast to coast. From Bunker Hill to Fallujah, Gettysburg to Japan, to everyone who's ever served or lost someone, let's make a toast. So raise your bottle to the boys and let's remember all the fallen and the price they had to pay. Hold them up high and salute all the ones that made it back, and for the ones away from home, don't forget to pray. Don't forget to pray. No, don't forget to pray. Don't forget to pray. Well, the story is about Captain Mac
and his nuclear-powered fast attack. SSN 661, a second boat to none. And after we've dogged down the hatch, the Lapon's a lady in black. And Whitey's got the deck and the con. Nobody else can handle this big Amazon. And we won't be back till we finish our track. Hey, Whitey's got the deck and the con. Now he had quite a job to do, and every man on board he knew. When the going got rough in this game of blind man's bluff, somehow we'd pull her through, and his faith in us was true. And Whitey's got the deck and the con. Nobody else can handle this big Amazon. And we won't be back till we finish our track. Here Whitey's got the deck and the con. With trust in the Navy restored, and faith in a system reassured, beneath the Union Jack they presented Whitey Mac the Distinguished Service Medal Award. It sure is a fitting reward. And Whitey's got the deck and the con. Nobody else can handle this big Amazon. And we won't be back till we finish our track. Here Whitey's got the deck and the con. Here Whitey's got the deck and the con.
Just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause our flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart. And it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I am free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land.
dive, dive. Take her deep and take her down where no other human being can be found. Below the surface where it's dark and green, and down to the sea in a big black submarine. Left the wife and the kids behind. Most other people say I've lost my mind. Can't see the sun and I can't see the sky, but it's my life and I don't know why. So take her deep and take her down where no other human being can be found. Below the surface where it's dark and green, down to the sea in a big black submarine. The silver dolphins that I proudly wear remind me that I'm among the few who care. Out on patrol and loaded for bear, and when it comes my time, well, I've done my share. So take her deep and take her down where no other human being can be found. Below the surface where it's dark and green, down to the sea in a big black submarine. In a big black submarine.
Born by God's dear grace in an extraordinary place where the stars and stripes and the eagle fly. Well, it's a big old land with countless dreams, and the happiness isn't out of reach. Hard work pays off the way it should. Yeah, I've seen enough to know that we've got it good. Where the stars and the stripes and the eagle fly. There's a lady that stands in the harbor for what we believe, and there's a bell that still echoes the price that it costs to be free. No, it ain't the only place on earth, but it's the only place that I prefer to live and raise my family. God's blessings here are clear seen, with stars and stripes and the eagle fly. Yeah, there's a lady that stands in a harbor for what we believe, and there's a bell that still echoes the price that it costs to be free. There's a lady that stands in a harbor
Torpedo in the water and it's closing fast. It's on a steady bear and headed straight down the stack. Kick her in the tail, boys, break her back. Torpedo in the water and it's closing fast. The 2MC rang loud and clear, them frightful words I didn't want to hear. I was about as scared as any man could get, and the seat of my pants was all wet. I cursed the day that I'd first seen this big black submarine. If we ever get this pig back to the pier, you can bet your boots I'm gonna leave her there. Torpedo in the water and it's closing fast. It's on a steady bear and headed straight down the stack. Kick her in the tail, boys, break her back. Torpedo in the water and it's closing fast. We heard the steady screaming of the screws. I was not in the least bit amused. Is it 400 pounds of TNT that will blow us to eternity? Or could it be a practice fish by chance? Whatever put me in the circumstance. Gee, I hate to see a grown man cry, but goodness knows that I'm too young to die. Torpedo in the water and it's closing fast. It's on a steady bear and headed straight down the stack. Kick her in the tail, boys, break her back. Torpedo in the water and it's closing fast. 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 Torpedo in the water.
American girls and American guys, we'll always stand up and salute. We'll always recognize when we see old glory flying. There's a lot of men dead, so we can sleep in peace at night when we lay down our head. My daddy served in the army, where he lost his right eye, but he flew a flag out in our yard till the day that he died. He wanted my mother, my brother, my sister, and me to grow up and live happy in the land of the free. Now this nation that I love is falling under attack. A mighty sucker punch came flying in from somewhere in the back. Soon as we could see clearly through our big black eye, man, we lit up your world like the 4th of July. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list, and the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be here when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell, and it'll feel like the whole world is raining down on you. Brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Served and the battle will rage. This big dog will fight when you rattle his cage, and you'll be sorry that you mess with the U.S. of A. 'Cause we'll put a boot in your ass, it's the American way. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list, and the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be hell when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell, and it'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. Brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
submarine disaster, Russian tragedy. The Kursk is on the bottom of the Barents Sea. On August 10 in Y2K, the exercise did go. A missile fired at the target through the sleet and snow. K-141, the mighty one, destroyed the target foe. With much success they did their best, they put on quite a show. On August 12th, torpedo launch St. Elmo did arrive. Then it was told all hands were lost, no one did survive. K219 come some Oljets and K8 all alive. Joined Thresher and the Scorpion, and Kursk on her last dive. Crewmen of the mighty Kursk and sailors everywhere, all submariners of the world, join as one in prayer. We're brothers of the Dolphin, you know we really care. It could be you, it could be me, beneath the waves out there. The Kursk is on the bottom of the Barents Sea. 118 sailors for all eternity. Submarine disaster, Russian tragedy. The Kursk is on the bottom of the Barents Sea. Kursk not nobody and Seva Moria. Sto vasen nad sad moriaki, zasavsjem segda. A tam da ja podlotka, 12 avgusta. Kursk nad nobody and Seva Moria. Kursk not nobody and Seva Moria.
Never thought that this is where I'd settle down. I thought I'd die an old man back in my hometown. They gave me this plot of land, me and some other men, for a job well done. There's a big white house, it's on a hill just up the road. The man inside, he cried the day they brought me home. They folded up a flag and told my mom and dad, we're proud of your son. And I'm proud to be on this peaceful piece of property. I'm on sacred ground and I'm in the best of company. I'm thankful for those, thankful for the things I've done. I can rest in peace, I'm one of the chosen ones. I made it to Arlington. I remember Daddy brought me here when I was 8. We searched all day to find out where my granddad lay. And when we finally found that cross, he said, son, this is what it costs to keep us free. Now here I am 1,000 stones away from him. He recognized me on the first day I came in. and it gave me a chill when he clicked his heels and saluted me. And I'm proud to be on this peaceful piece of property. I'm on sacred ground and I'm in the best of company. And I'm thankful for those, thankful for the things I've done. I can rest in peace, I'm one of the chosen ones. I made it to Arlington. And every time I hear 21 guns, I know they brought another hero home to us. We're thankful for those, thankful for the things we've done. We can rest in peace, 'cause we are the chosen ones. We made it to Arlington. Yeah, dust to dust, don't cry for us. We made it to Arlington.
There's a story about a friend of mine who made a patrol with us one time. We can't mention his name hardly, we'll just call him Tango Charlie, and nobody cared to ask him why. It's rumored he was a master spy. Now the captain didn't brief the crew. Hell, we were out at sea a day or two. He didn't tell us too much then, he just handed us a pen and made us sign on the dotted line, so we wouldn't talk about old Mastermind. Now tell me if you have ever seen a secret kept in a submarine. 'Cause if you use a bathroom, the whole boat feels a vacuum. But if we've learned a secret we won't tell, we're such patriotic personnel. Now Tango Charlie was a friend of mine who made a patrol with us one time. We don't know where he went and we haven't seen him since. We're hoping he won't be coming by. Another 2-month cruise I just can't hide.
I'm just trying to be a father, raise a daughter and a son, be a lover to their mother, everything to everyone, up and at 'em bright and early. I'm all business in my suit. Yeah, I'm dressed up for success, from my head down to my boots. I don't do it for the money, there's bills that I can't pay. I don't do it for the glory, I just do it anyway. Providing for our futures, my responsibility. Yeah, I'm real good under pressure, being all that I can be. I can't call in sick on Mondays when the weekend's been too strong. I just work straight through the holidays, sometimes all night long.
You can bet that I stand ready when the wolf growls at the door. Hey, I'm solid, hey, I'm steady, hey, I'm true down to the core. And I will always do my duty, no matter what the price. I've counted up the cost, I know the sacrifice. Oh, and I don't want to die for you, but if dying's asking me, I'll bear that cross with honor, 'cause freedom don't come free. I'm an American soldier, an American. Beside my brothers and my sisters, I will proudly take a stand. When liberty's in jeopardy, I will always do what's right. I'm out here on the front lines, sleep in peace tonight. American soldier, I'm an American soldier. Yeah, an American soldier, an American. Beside my brothers and my sisters, I will proudly take a stand. When liberty's in jeopardy, I will always do what's right. I'm out here on the front line, so sleep in peace tonight. American soldier, I'm an American, an American, an American soldier.
I was just out of the service, thumbing through the classifieds, when an ad that said old Chevy somehow caught my eye. The lady didn't know the year or even if it ran, but I had that $1,000 in my hand. It was way back in the corner of this old ramshackle barn, with 30 years of dust and dirt on that green army tarp. And when I pulled the cover off, it took away my breath, 'cause what she called a Chevy was a '66 Corvette. And I felt a little guilty as I counted out the bills for what a rush I got when I sat behind the wheel. I opened up the glove box, and that's when I found the note. It was dated 1966, and this is what he wrote. It said, "My name is Private Andrew Malone, and if you're reading this, then I didn't make it home. But for every dream that shatters, there's another that comes true. And this car was once a dream of mine, now it belongs to you. And though you may take her and make her your own, you'll always be riding with Private Malone." Well, it didn't take me long at all. I had her love to hear those horses thunder underneath the hood. Had her shining like a diamond, and I'd put that rag top down, and the pretty girls would stop and stare as I drove her through the town. The buttons on the radio didn't seem to work quite right, but it picked up that oldies show, and especially late at night. I'd get the feeling sometimes if I turned real quick I'd see a soldier riding shotgun in the seat right next to me. A young man named Private Andrew Malone, who fought for his country and never made it home. But for every dream that shatters, there's another that comes true. And this car was once a dream of his, back when it was new. And he told me to take her and make her my own. And I was proud to be riding with Private